Hello everyone, my name is Cynthia Aura Paramita. In this presentation, I will review journal article entitled On the Nexus of Inflation, Unemployment, and Economic Growth in Ethiopia, published in Helion in 2023 at Scopus Q1 Index Journal. The study employs annual data time series from Ethiopia covering the period 1980 to 2020. The article focuses on examining the macroeconomic interaction among inflation, unemployment, and economic growth within a developing country context. Okay, for the first background, this study is motivated the paradoxical macroeconomic condition observed in Ethiopia, where relatively high economic growth has occurred simultaneously with persistently high inflation and unemployment. According to standard economic theory, sustained economic growth should generate employment opportunities and contribute to price stability. However, Ethiopia's experience differs from this theoretical expectation. Over several decades, the country has recorded relatively stable real GDP growth, yet this growth has been accompanied by volatile inflation and a rising trend in unemployment. This situation raises important concerns regarding the quality of economic growth, particularly with resource growth in inclusive or instead referencing exclusive growth, where output expansion does not translate into improved welfare. Moreover, theoretical frameworks such as the Philip curve and Okun's law often produce myths empirical evidence in developing economy. Therefore, this study emphasizes the need for a comprehensive empirical investigation to better understand the dynamic interaction among inflation, unemployment, and economic growth in the Ethiopia context. Okay, next, the primary objective of this study is to analyze the relationship between inflation and economic growth in Ethiopia, both in short run and the long run. In addition, the study seeks to examine the linkage between unemployment and economic growth within the framework of Okun's law. Another key objective is to investigate the relationship between inflation and employment based on the Philip curve hypothesis. The study also aims to clearly distinguish between short-run and long-run effects among inflation, unemployment, and economic growth. Ultimately, the research intends to determine whether Ethiopia economic growth during the study period can be characterized as inclusive or exclusive. Next methodology, this study utilizes annual time series data for Ethiopia spanning from 1980 to 2020 obtained from the National Bank of Ethiopia and the World Bank. Economic growth is measured using real GDP growth, inflation is processed by the Consumer Price Index, and unemployment is represented by the unemployment rate. To strengthen the empirical model, several control variables are included. FDI or foreign direct investment, public expenditure, private investment, and money supply. The econometric analysis begins with stational tests using the augmented Dickey-Verle and Philip-Brown method to determine the order of integration of each variable. Subsequently, factor auto-regression and error correction model approaches are employed to capture dynamic interaction among the main variable. The autoregressive distribute-like model is then applied to examine both short-run and long-run relationship and to test for co-integration. This approach is particularly appropriate because it accommodates variable integrate of mixed order, especially level or zero and freeze different. Okay, the empirical results indicate that in the long run, inflation and employment do not have statistical significant effect on economic growth in Ethiopia. This suggests that observed economic growth has not been sufficiently strong to reduce inflationary pressure or to generate sustainable employment. Furthermore, the relationship between inflation and unemployment is found to be negative, which provides empirical support for the belief curve hypothesis. Particularly in the short run, overall, the findings indicate that Ethiopia's economic growth during the study period has been largely exclusive, as it has failed to address inflation and employment problem in a structural and sustainable manner. Regarding the control variable, private investment and government expenditure show positive and statistical significant effect on economic growth, while foreign direct investment or FDI and money supply play a more dominant role in shaping inflation dynamic rather than directly stimulating growth. The conclusion, this study found the Ethiopian economic growth over the period 1980 to 2020 only characterized as exclusive, as it has not accompanied by significant long-run reduction in inflation and employment. Inflation and employment are not identified as key driver of economic growth. Instead, to be larger emerge as outcome of nominal-oriented macroeconomic policies. The policy implication of this study emphasizes the importance of shifting from nominal growth strategy toward productivity-driven growth. Additionally, strengthening labor-intensive sector is crucial for achieving sustainable reduction in unemployment. Finally, effective inflation control requires strong and more disciplined coordination between fiscal and monetary policies. Okay guys, next is the discussion of the second journal in detail. Nexus of GDP, FDI, inflation, exchange rate, renewable energy, trade openness, and open innovation in Singapore. New evidence from the ARDL method. Let's to be background. Singapore is a high developed economy with one of the high level of trade openness in the world. Due to its limited natural resources, the country relies heavily on foreign direct investment, international trade, macroeconomic stability, and technological innovation to sustain long-term economic growth. While previous studies have extensively examined the role of inflation, exchange rate, and FDI in explaining economic growth, most of them do not incorporate renewable energy and open innovation within a single analytical framework. However, in the context of sustainable development, the transition to clean energy and the strengthening of innovation capacity have become strategic global priorities. Therefore, this study addressed an important research gap by examining the nexus among GDP, FDI, inflation, exchange rate, trade openness, renewable energy, and open innovation to be better explain Singapore economic growth dynamic. Okay, next, this study aims to analyze the key determinant of economic growth in Singapore from both a short-run and long-run perspective. Specifically, it seeks to examine the effect of foreign direct investment, inflation, exchange rate, and trade openness on economic growth. In addition, the study investigates the role of renewable energy consumption in promoting sustainable economic growth. Another important objective is to assess the contribution of open innovation proxy by research and development expenditure to long-term economic growth. Overall, this study aimed to identify the dynamic relationship between macroeconomy, variable, innovation, sustainability, and economic growth in Singapore. Next, methodology research. The study embraced annual data time series for Singapore covering the period from 1990 to 2022. Gross domestic product is used as the dependent variable to present economic growth, while the independent variable include foreign direct investment, inflation, exchange rate, renewable energy consumption, trade openness, and open innovation, which is proxied by R&D expenditure. The empirical analysis uses the autoregressive distribute or ARDL. The methodology involves unit rows test using the ADF and peripheral method followed by ARDL bond testing to examine long-run co-integration. Short-run and long-run relationship are then estimated using the ARDL model and the error correction model, along with diagnostic and stability tests to ensure robust results. The ARDL approach is cushioned because it can handle variable with mixed integration order and is suitable for relatively small time series sample. Okay, the result. The empirical findings indicate the foreign direct investment has a positive and statistical significant impact on Singapore economic growth in the short run and long run. Trade openness is also found to positively and significantly influence GDP, confirming the role of international trade as a key driver of growth. Renewable energy consumption so a positive effect on economic growth, suggesting that clean energy adoption support and sustainable development. Furthermore, open innovation measured through R&D expenditure contribute positively and significantly to long-run economic growth. In contrast, inflation and exchange rate negative effect on GDP, indicating that macroeconomic instability and hinder economic growth. Overall, the result highlight to combine importance of globalization, innovation, energy sustainable in shaping Singapore economic growth. Okay, the last conclusion and policy implication. This study concludes that Singapore's economic growth is driven by foreign direct investment, trade openness, renewable energy consumption, and open innovation, while inflation and exchange rate volatility add a constraint on growth. This finding emphasizes the importance of maintaining macroeconomic stability alongside an open and investment-friendly economic environment. From a policy perspective, strengthening the national innovation ecosystem and increasing investment in renewable energy are essential for achieving sustainable long-term growth. In addition, policies that support foreign direct investment and international trade while ensuring price and exchange rate stability are crucial to maintaining Singapore competitive in the global economy. Okay guys, thank you for attention. Bye bye.